Hi. Hi, this is David Chandler, and today we're going to share with you a $1 billion business motto. It's called Talent Joe. Talent Joe is the Facebook of talent. Talent Joe presents an incredible opportunity with the blockchain space. Now I'm going to introduce to you our Talent Joe marketing director and my partner, Troy Rader. Troy, take it away.
Okay, thanks a lot, David. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you well.
Okay. Guys, reality TV's absolutely huge. Social media is huge. TalentShow.com is the best of both worlds. Talent Show is the American Idol for the average Joe. Imagine getting in on Facebook back in 2003. Where would you be right now? We have the Facebook of talent. We're going to be interviewing the CEO. We're going to be interviewing a world-renowned blockchain developer that's a big part of this project. And we're going to talk about the opportunity that's unique to Talent Show and the talent token. With that, I've got to go through a little disclaimer here, guys. You can read it on your own. Talent token in the USA is sold to accredited investors. If you're not an accredited investor in the US, then you're not eligible for this. People outside of the US, a lot of people are eligible, and you can read through this. We also have a unique referral program where you can get a referral link and get some free tokens no matter where you are by sharing that referral link to people that are qualified to purchase the tokens. So you can go ahead and review this. And it's also listed on the bottom of the Talent Joe site and the Talent Token, tlttoken.io site. So we're just gonna go through this, and I'll go slow enough that...
Troy, you're not showing your screen.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's okay. I can cut it in, but just go ahead and show your screen real quick.
Now you tell me after I said all that.
Well, I did.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
All right, guys. We've got to go through this disclaimer. This talent token is offered in the U.S. to accredited investors outside the U.S. In most jurisdictions, if it's legal, you can purchase it. We also have a unique referral program where you can earn free talent token no matter where you are by sharing your referral link with people qualified to purchase the talent token. Go ahead and read this on your own. It's also on the bottom of the tlttoken.io site. Also on the talentshow.com site. There we go. All right, guys, I'd like to introduce the CEO of Talent Show, Mr. Walt Braithwaite.
Hey, Troy. Hey, David. How are you?
We're doing great, Walt.
Thanks for inviting us in to talk about our project, and it's exciting to be here with you guys tonight. So yeah, Talent Joe has gotten a lot of traction, and we have over 26,000 members now, and growing every day. And the site is, of course, started, out. We're here about talking about crypto tonight, but the site, started out non-crypto, and we looked at this model, and we were all trading and excited about the crypto world. And we went back and looked at Talent Joe and tokenized it to actually create an economy using blockchain and using, a token, a talent token, to reward for the first time talents, and really the first time ever fans. Fans are always the people that are out there pushing talents and pushing, an agenda to vote for their top talent. Well, now on Talent Show, they can be rewarded to do just that. So we are kind of the LinkedIn of talent, and a talent can go on Talent Show, put a profile up, and really promote their art and be discovered by industry professionals, by celebrities, by different people that are out there looking to hire or discover, an up and coming talent. We see it all the time. You guys mentioned American Idol and everything like that. When those auditions came, there were 40,000 people standing in line, waiting to get in. And only a few of them made it to the show. So, what happens to all the rest of them? And that's really where Talent Show comes in. There's a lot of people that probably should have made those cuts that didn't have the opportunity, whether they had a bad audition, whether they, just had the wrong song or whatever. And Talent Show really counters that and allows a talent to put their entire portfolio up to where an industry professional, a talent manager, so be it, whoever's looking for talent can see their entire profile and see if that talent is a good match for whatever they're looking for. So, the site has, of course, the contest going on. We're giving away $50,000 in prizes and contracts. And, last year we gave a car away, a cruise, all kinds of exciting things. Mandy Mae Bless was our Talent of the Year winner. An amazing talent. There was some really, really fierce competition that went all the way to the end. And we had some amazing, amazing talents on the site. And also, some of those talents have gotten discovered on the site and have actually gotten some contracts. And, one, Trey Jackson actually just made it all the way to the finals on I think The Voice. It was either The Voice or America's Got Talent. I'm not sure which one. But anyway, one of the two made it all the way to the finals. So, this is where he started it with Talent Show, and he has a great fan base on Talent Show that's, out there voting for him all the time. So one of the things that we did with crypto in the crypto world is we had a team of advisors and all that were non-crypto, but when we went and tokenized the site and add this talent token, to the whole scheme of the business model, we had to bring in some talent. And tonight we have the honor of having one of the most talented guys in the crypto world, Jim Blasko, who has just built his own blockchain called Aspire. And I am going to introduce Jim right now and let him tell you about himself, how he got involved with our project. And Jim, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Walt, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So yeah, there's my LinkedIn profile. I've been around for a while in this crypto space. I got in very early, and I'm very thankful that I found it early. I basically, I was told about Bitcoin. Somebody was mining it, and I was actually out in the mountains metal detecting and looking for gold the old-fashioned way. And he said, we're mining gold, dude. We're mining digital gold. I said, what are you talking about? And I didn't really understand the idea of Bitcoin. I actually thought it was a scam when I first heard it. I think a lot of us did. But I looked into it, and I was one of the really early guys who had gotten on to mining Bitcoin. And I was doing it in my house with just a spare laptop, because you could CPU mine back then, and it was very easy to get a block and get rewarded Bitcoin. So it was pretty cool. Things got a lot tougher as time went on and became more competitive, to the point where laptops wouldn't do it anymore. I mean, I had 9 PCs that I built out of crates that were mining, and you weren't really getting anything. You weren't creating enough shares to get rewarded anything. So you had to get into a pool. That's when like Slush's pool started, and a couple of the other pools. And it was fun times. We advanced with the hardware, but it was cool because we learned how mining operated, like the full effect of mining, how you start with hardware and you're creating hashes and solving these mathematical problems is how they explain it to everybody. But it's really complex, but that's kind of what it is. But you're storing transactions, and it's really a very cool ledger system. Bitcoin has grown into something amazing that everybody seems to want to either be involved with, or is getting involved with, or buying some, or trying to hold some, or stash it away. A lot of people are still just trying to learn what it is and how it works. So there's a lot to that. But with the beginning of Bitcoin, I got a little bit bored, and I said, I want to do something else. I wanted to figure out how to make my own cryptocurrency. I I wanted to make my own blockchain. So I started looking, started researching. There was no manuals on this. There was no guides. There was nothing that actually told you how to make a blockchain. So it was a lot of experimenting with the original code. Let's see, Charlie Lee came out and he made Litecoin, and it was like, okay, this is possible. We can make our own cryptocurrency. And finally I made something called Unbreakable Coin way back in like 2013. So Unbreakable Coin did pretty good. It was on the first altcoin exchange. It was traded against Bitcoin. That exchange was called Cryptsy. Since Cryptsy is gone because of hackers, there's been a lot of hackings that have happened to the exchanges a lot of things have happened in the crypto world in the short amount of time that it's actually been here. You know, the 10 years since since Bitcoin has come out, a lot of things have happened, a lot of theft, and we've learned a lot of things about security with our cryptocurrency. So we'll get into that in a little bit more, because all this experience helps build the Talent Joe token. But from there I made a lot of other blockchains, and I kind of figured out how to make blockchains a lot more secure than things like Bitcoin or Unbreakable Coin or a lot of the other coins I had already made for other people. I turned it into a business with Michael Turpin. The two of us together. Michael Turpin's known as the voice of Bitcoin around the world. He speaks at all the conventions, and he's been my business partner since 2013 or 2014, late 13, early 14. And he and I have made a business around building blockchains for companies and really just trying to figure out how to build the best blockchain for that business model. And by doing so, like I said, there was no book, there's no guide, there was nothing, there's no YouTube videos that tell you like how to build a blockchain and how to test a blockchain and how to put it through, you know, real world usage effects and see what happens and actually how to break a blockchain. That's one of the things I've learned to try to do a lot, is break them as many times in as many ways as I can in order to make them more secure and stronger, a better product. So with that said, I've made some pretty amazing blockchains for some companies that are still out there being traded on different exchanges. I won't get into too much detail with that, but one of them was the first virtual money for the first virtual reality game out there called Voxelis. That was pretty neat. It was virtual money that you could actually earn in the game that you could take off the game and spend in an exchange or wherever else you wanted. So that was one of the first ones that we did. Excuse me. And then we did eBoost, which is an e-gaming cryptocurrency. E-gaming is getting to be really popular. That's gained a lot of steam. And there's some other tokens that are not quite as big, but they're still building their infrastructures out there. So we've learned how to make really good cryptocurrencies by basically just doing it over and over and over. And now we're at the point of where I've recently decided that, well, within the last 2 years, I decided we would take on building a better Ethereum type platform where users could run their transactions on a blockchain that was more secure than Ethereum, would allow more transactions than Ethereum, would be faster. And those are kind of like the three key issues to cryptocurrency, as well as the security of stopping any kind of double spending. Once we figured that out with ACP, we really had something special. Advanced Checkpoints is a software that was developed that we've integrated with our blockchains. So we're going to do all that stuff that we were going to do with all these other projects, and we're bringing all that technology forth with Talent Joe. So we're also doing it with Aspire, which is something else, but Talent Joe is going to have a lot of ability right off the bat. The fact that people will be able to tip each other and send each other this in-community cryptocurrency is really cool. Transactions are instant. You can keep the currency or the crypto or the token, whatever anybody wants to call it, on the site. You can take it off the site. You can keep it on a wallet that you'll be able to hold on your own computer. I'm sure there's going to be integrations for mobile wallets, so it'll be real easy for you to move it onto a mobile wallet. I was looking at some other ones today, actually. So there's that. I think the ability that anybody can tip a fan, or a fan can tip a talent, or a talent can even tip a fan. Just say a fan is up there complimenting and saying how much they love someone's music. You never know, that artist might turn around and tip you as the fan. So there's some really cool capabilities that we're going to bring together by mixing blockchain technology and Talent Joe. That's what we're looking to do here.
And we really brought in the best guy, in my opinion, in the whole planet is Jim Blasko. Right,
Thanks.
Jim?
Thanks, Walt. I appreciate it. I don't know. You make me blush probably, but
this guy is a pleasure to work with. I mean, professional, and his team, and I mean, it's been nothing but great. I can't say enough great things about Jim and the professionalism he brings to our project. You know, he's an advisor on Talent Show, and you know, Jim, what attracted you to Talent Show?
well, I read the white paper that you released, Walt, and I really liked it. I really like the idea already that, you know, sure, you could go to Facebook and you can look for a group of type of people, but you're not going to find in that group individual profiles of individuals. You know, you're not going to find that personalization option in a group on Facebook. You really can't find what you look for. Now, there is LinkedIn. We all use LinkedIn, but that's more geared for just professionalism and you know, people looking for jobs, I think, and not so much where people can broadcast their videos of themselves or pictures of their work or anything like that. You can't really post your artwork, I don't think, on LinkedIn. I could be wrong, but I'm not really sure. I think Talent Joe really kind of takes all those different talented types of people, whether it's artists, musicians, writers, even blockchain guys. People like me could use a place where, you know, we could find each other a little bit easier than just trying to search through LinkedIn.
And that's true too, because we have plans to expand, you know, the site out. Of course, we have, you know, our main core categories that we started with, but the site is ready to scale into amazing things. I mean, we can expand into sports, into everything from fashion design to, you know, talented blockchain people and motivational speakers, you know, anything of talent. So it's an exciting project, and the scope and the expansion of Talent Show is just endless. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very excited about the future of it. I'm glad that you guys found me and looked me up, and, you know, as Walt will tell you, I don't take on a whole lot of projects, mainly because, you know, the ones that I do are very, you know, usually close to me. I only do a couple projects a year, where the last 2 years I've stuck to Aspire and just a couple other corporate blockchains. So, but the idea of Talent Show is really, really cool. I can see people of all ages using this, and I like the ability that, you know, people will be able to take those tokens off of the site and go in anywhere they want with them.
Yeah, one thing, kind of a funny story, Jim, and I think I shared this with you, when we were actually introduced through a mutual advisor, one of our other advisors, and you know, of course, I wanted to know all about you, and I, you know, watched one of your broadcasts or video or whatever, and one of the things you were saying at the time, maybe it was by perfect timing, was that, hey guys, I don't, you know, quit asking, I don't come on other people's projects.
Yeah.
And I called Mo back and I said, dude, there isn't a chance we're getting this guy. I listened to him and all. So, like, I was completely honored that you came on our project. In fact, I didn't even get halfway through my pitch, and I remember you saying, okay, I'm in, and I'm like, what? So it was awesome to have you aboard, and continuous. It's amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad that we met up, because this is gonna be a good project. This one here is gonna do well, I believe, really well.
Yeah, Jim, just being in other crypto projects and all, what do you think the potential is to Talent Show on the crypto side?
Well, I mean, the sky's the limit with something like this, you know, especially since we're kind of starting it off really at nothing. So the sky really is the limit. I've never really seen a platform quite like this come through. And I know that we've talked about different stages, where this is only the first stage, and we've already got ideas for a second stage, which I don't want to be the one to leak all those ideas out. Well, I'll let Walt do that because it is his project, but we've had some really cool ideas for the next part of this project, where, you know, users can do some very unique things I've never seen in the blockchain community, things that I've tried to develop over the years. And then this is kind of like what puts those two things together, the people and the cryptocurrency. So,
yeah, we were talking, without giving up, what we're doing, because there is a second coin. We do tell about that. There's a second coin that's on top of this, and the second coin is a game changer. I mean, it really is a game changer. Like Jim said, there's nothing like it. No one's ever thought about it. And I think you have to have a talent show to even get to that point. You'd have to have the first part of what we're doing to get to the second part. But, we're going to go for a great ride with this company. And, once all the development is done on, finishing up the first coin and then moving into the second coin, Jim is already building those layers into the blockchain. So we're prepared, and it's just a very, very easy transition to get to that development. So guys, you have any questions? Troy?
I remember in the early days of American Idol, my wife and I'd turn on the TV, and we couldn't wait to get to that part where we could text and vote on which star we wanted, our favorite performer. And with this token that you're developing, Jim, I'm just excited about the potential where the fans can tip the stars, where the stars can tip the fans, where people can earn tokens, where people can maybe hire some mentoring with the tokens right on the website. I mean, the sky is absolutely the limit. What are some things, Jim, that you've built into this particular talent token to monetize this site? What are some features of it that might be unique out there and protect it, make it safe, secure?
I think you just mentioned one of the most unique features that blockchain gives you. It's a voting system. You can provably secure a vote, whether it's yes or no, through blockchain and by using tokens and by using the talent token. This is going to be the first platform that actually is allowing people to vote properly, and it can't be influenced by any outsiders. There's no judge that can change the votes. There's no one that can make somebody else the victor because they like them or they're invested into them, possibly like it happens in other corporate systems that we've seen on television. I'm not going to mention names, but this can't be. They can't fool this system. They can't trick it. So if the fans truly like someone over someone else, that artist is going to win by fan vote. So I think that's really neat factor. As far as the security goes, we're using that advanced checkpoints. So this blockchain is actually more secure than Bitcoin could ever be, even though they say Bitcoin is so decentralized that it could never be 51% attacked or double spent. Even Satoshi says that it could be. So that is kind of a problem with what we've done with advanced checkpoints on Talent Show. That cannot be done. That all the transactions actually have to route through, and all the nodes have to route through a central server, which checkpoints every block to ensure that it goes through one time, and it is confirmed that no transactions can be double spent. It's been this software has been tested by some pretty big outfits, including the Uphold Bank, and they were unable to double spend on it. So it's the most secure way to secure a blockchain. So you really know with this system that it can't be faked, can't be tricked, it can't be double spent. It's the most secure blockchain on the planet.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's incredible. I don't think I made the introduction yet, but I want to introduce an early investor with Talent Show, big part of the project, Eric Karlen. Eric, you got any questions for Jim or Walt?
Yeah, no, I mean, I love this this project, and it's awesome to have somebody like Jim working on the technology aspect, because as a crypto enthusiast, I'm always looking at different projects, and I'm one of those guys that goes on token metrics, and you've got to have some certain key elements here. You got to have a problem solution, typical problem solution. You got to have a huge problem in the marketplace that you then solve with a unique solution, which obviously we are doing. I liken this to Justin Bieber got lucky being discovered through YouTube. But what if you're a talented 16-year-old kid in high school in Australia? How do you get in front of a Simon Cowell? How do you get discovered? And this is great for the talent. This is great for the obviously the viewers, participants get incentivized. That's never been done before. That's very unique to this project. People have been voting for free, like you're talking about, Troy, and millions of people vote on American Idol and The Voice and all that stuff, but so many people get missed. And you know what? This is going to make it so much more efficient for talent scouts. Somebody wants to cast a comedian for a movie, they can go on this platform and say, you know what, I'm going to search comedians that have over 10,000 likes or upvotes. Well, rather than going through thousands of hours of demo reels that they usually do, now they can spend more time with less people. The old Jerry Maguire model, it just makes so much sense. But Jim coming on board with this is very exciting, because you got to have the right management team as well, which includes not only just the people that are in the Hollywood and talent scouting industry, but you got to have marketing people. You got to have people that know blockchain. And Jim is one of those Bitcoin pioneers, crypto pioneers, blockchain pioneers. I live near him in Las Vegas, and so when I heard he was coming on board, I got very excited about this. And a lot of people are excited to be here, working with all of us, because this project is really going to make a difference. I tell you a quick story. We have in Las Vegas here. My girlfriend and I went out and saw a show on our anniversary, and we went in a lounge in Caesar's Palace, and we saw a singer there, and there were about 6-7 people there, and he was amazing. And he got his break. I went up to him and I said, no disrespect, but what are you doing here? Like, you are too good. What are you doing here? And you should be on The Voice. You should be out there performing. And he's like, I do this lounge on Tuesdays and this other lounge on Thursdays. That's all I could get. I'm here from Chicago. He's like, I just, it's who you know, not what you know, whatever. He's like, I went to The Voice and I stood in line, 20,000 people. They wouldn't even see me. And what do you do? And it was just a perfect aha to say, hey, we've got a platform for you. And I just became, that much more passionate about this thing. So, what we've all put together here, Walt, this is an amazing project that we're very excited about the future here, and getting, over 1 million users on this platform.
Well, right on. Maybe Walt or maybe Jim, you guys could talk to it, but on the private sale right here, the coin is listed for 9 cents. Could you talk about when it's going on the exchange, and what the pricing is going to be on the exchange for the coin?
Sure. So we are in a private sale at 9 cents, and there's a pre-sale that goes to 16 cents, and then in round 1 goes to 19 cents, round 2 to 22 cents, round 3 to 27 cents, and then the token sale finalizes at 34 cents, and then it gets listed on the exchange, opening up at 72 cents. So, do the math of, the different levels. Important, if you're in the US, you must be accredited investor to participate in this. And we do have a portal at tlttoken.io that you can read the white paper, which we name it Joe paper, and you can join our mailing list, and you can also go into the portal that Troy will tell you about in a second, of how you can earn free coin.
Well, right on, Walt. One other thing while we're talking about the coin, what measures are in place to ensure that the value of the token doesn't just crash? I mean, I was in a lot of ICOs back in 2017, and a lot of those tokens would hit the exchange and they'd go down in value. What mechanisms are in place to keep that coin price valuable?
So I think our business model is very unique, because Talent Joe, again, we started this non-crypto. So we had to have revenue coming in the Talent Joe before we even thought about crypto coming in. So it has its own revenue stream. So those revenue streams, the biggest one is subscription fees. We have evaluation fees on Talent Joe. You can get evaluated by an industry professional or a celebrity and pay for that evaluation. So there's fees there. Of course, all the advertising money as we grow, that'll be attracted into the site, with big companies to advertise on our site to get to our members. And We also have contests and contest sponsors. So all that revenue, 20% of that revenue goes and gets floated back to buy back the coin. So we're buying back our coin for, number one, because we need a continuous supply of coin for our members so we don't, run out. And for those of you that are new to crypto, we only mint so many coins. That's determined right in the beginning. You can read all about that on the white paper. It explains everything. But we have 500 million coins that we mint, and then after that, there's no more. We can never add more. We can never delete any. That's really the beauty of crypto. As Jim was saying, you can't double spend it all on the blockchain. Well, once we set it, it's set forever. So we have to have a mechanism to buy coin back, because eventually, when we do have millions of people on Talent Joe, as we all hope to have, that's going to be a lot of coin going in and out of some wallets pretty regular, and you're going to run out eventually. So you have to have a mechanism in place to buy that coin back, and that mechanism is set up the very first day.
Well, great. There's no doubt that you're going to have a lot of subscribers, because 25,000 members today without even marketing it, or 26,000, whatever that number was. You look what happened to Facebook, 2.5 billion subscribers, and this is the Facebook for talent. I mean, you're not going to get noticed. You're not going to get a recording contract on Facebook. LinkedIn, well, it's not really set up, as Jim was saying, for entertainers or artists or, comedians. It's more set up for traditional business. So the subscribers are going to come fast. I mean, you build a better mousetrap here. Who doesn't want to get noticed? Who doesn't want to put their music up? Who doesn't want to become a star? So you're going to have the subscribers. I really like that model.
Yeah, Troy. Eric said something really good. YouTube. That's where most people go to get discovered, is on YouTube. They put their videos up and everything like that. YouTube is a huge, huge site. They're the #1 social community. They're bigger than Facebook. They have more users than any other social community that's out there is YouTube. They're #1. And YouTube is really not an organized place for the serious artist. If you're a serious artist, you are in YouTube with crazy videos, people jumping off of bridges, everything you can think of, from conspiracy theories to UFOs to whatever is on there. There's a lot of entertainment on there. But if you're a serious artist, you can imagine you're standing in line, 20,000 people to get in, get an opportunity to be on a show that 10 people make it through that really get recognized. That's almost YouTube on a daily basis. You're a million people in line on YouTube to be discovered and found. Unless you have a following and you can build a following on YouTube, it really doesn't work for the average person. And most artists, face it, especially kids. I mean, this is my passion, was the kid side. I worked with kids in the performing arts and all, and one of the things that kids always lack is self-confidence. And you think about it, you go on YouTube and you put a video up and they don't get anybody that likes it because they don't have a following, or they don't have, that friendship or whatever to just to encourage them. Those kids get discouraged. On Talent Joe, it's all about encouraging, from the youngest level all the way up to the celebrities. Look at the celebrities that, you're only as good as your last album or your last song, and they lose touch. Next week's top stars are, have following, and those people are on their websites all the time. And then the next thing, they fall in love with somebody else and they just hop to something bigger or better. What happens to that celebrity? So it's not only, Talent Joe is not only for the, the average, kid or average talent coming up, but it's also for the superstars to stay in touch with their fan base, to build that fan base and have one place. And Talent Joe is a search engine also to find talent. And one of the purposes too. You're having a party, you want to get a comedian, or you want to have a band or whatever like that. You can go on and check all their, all their credentials out before you hire them. And we have on the new site, we have a review system that gives reviews to the talent, for people that are going to be on the serious side with their business. So there's a lot of plans for expansion. There's a lot of things that Talent Joe that we haven't really told yet that's coming out in the 2.0 version of Talent Joe, that's really, really going to surprise some people, and it's exciting. It's all exciting. It all starts with Jim and his blockchain and all the vision that we have to take this thing to the next big social community, something the world hasn't seen really yet.
All right. Well, could you talk just a little bit about the opportunity for referral marketing and getting free talent coins? If I'm correct, anyone can get their own referral link through the tlttoken.io site.
So you go onto tlttoken.io, and you can see the button there. It says purchase TLT tokens, or you can hit below. There's a free talent token. It takes you to both of the same place. And yep, Troy, you're bringing it up on the screen. And then you just register. You're going to register an account. And then once you're into your portal, and you're going to see where you can actually, on the left-hand side, you'll scroll down, you'll see Referral Program. And that's where you click on that. And Troy's doing that right now. And you copy the link and share it out. And anybody that buys talent tokens, you're going to earn 15% on your first level. And if the people that you bring in actually refer and people to buy talent tokens, you're going to earn 5% on anybody that they bring in. So you could, it's a 20% referral payout on talent tokens based on their contribution.
Very good. Any final comments, Eric, David, Jim?
Yeah, so I just got a text message from somebody, and a question for Jim about the liquidity. So if you wouldn't mind talking about this, Jim, I know you've taken a few coins public onto Binance and other exchanges. Certainly those relationships are a huge asset that you have that takes this thing to the next level. Can you discuss just a little bit about that process, what it looks like, what our benchmarks are approximately, and where you see us going and getting on other exchanges in the next several months?
Well, I'm sure, Walt, you've got something worked out with one exchange, right?
Actually two.
Two, okay. And then I've got something worked out with another exchange, and they're called BOA Exchange. They'll go ahead and list TLT right away after launch, after Walt says it's okay to list.
Awesome.
Yep. And so everybody knows it's April 15th is the date, and that is the date that we will list. So it gives us plenty of time to complete the sale, and that's the go date.
Yeah, as far as the larger exchanges like Binance, and Bittrex, you kind of have to have a little bit of a following going on before you get on to one of these major exchanges. Now, if Talent Joe goes and raises, $50 million and it, right away, these bigger exchanges are looking to add it because those are users that are going to be wanting to trade. As far as liquidity, really it comes down to whatever is purchased, I think. The purchasing value, when people hold their coins, they're not going to, if somebody buys a coin for 10 cents, they're not going to go out into the market and dump it, for less than 10 cents, and so on and so forth. As the platform rolls down to the higher prices, those users are not going to want to take a loss because they've purchased it at a certain rate. So I think the coins that I've been agreed to get with from Walt are going to get locked up for a period of time where I can't even sell my own coins. So that helps a lot too.
Yep.
There's no fear of a developer dumping the coins that are on the market that he was paid with.
Or the CEO. Mine are locked too.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
I think that's kind of an important thing. Yeah, we're not like just able to wait until the day it's listed to the exchange and then just go sell them and say, forget this project. Actually, I'm pretty well off. I'm not hurting for money or anything like that. I think Walt's doing quite all right. So I think, our coins being locked up, there's no fear of us as developers dropping the price.
Well, just to add to that, like Troy was saying, we were both into 2017 in ICOs and all that, and you don't really have like the CEO or somebody that really stands in front of the project, or the owners or somebody that's really standing out in front of the project. Here we have the CEO, we have the developer, we have the marketer, and all that here in front of us. So they're not going to run away.
And we have a live website, talentjoe.com. I mean, you're looking at it on the screen as Troy's been showing it. I mean, the site's built.
Yes.
We are building a bigger and better version of it, as the first site was in beta. But it's the site's built. It's a proven concept, and it's really done well. We have other things, of course, we talked about in the past too. We got Joe TV tied to it. We have the Joe Awards, which I'll hold one up right here. Here's our Oscar for talent, the Red Carpet Joe Awards. And so it's not just a website; it's a complete brand and culture that we're creating within the Talent Joe brand.
So folks, it's not on a napkin, and it's not something that they're planning on doing. It's something that is already here, real, with lots of members. So get those tokens.
Yeah, one thing I know marketing is going to definitely help the Talent Joe platform become more well known. I think when the first major artist, it goes back and says, yeah, I was discovered on Talent Joe, that's going to have a huge effect on the site. But small marketing things like that I'll do, since, I'm not to shamelessly plug my radio station, but I own Bitcoin Talk Radio, and I have since 2014. That's on Amazon Echo devices, and at one point we've had over 1 million listeners in 1 month. So we're going to be plugging plenty of Talent Joe on there. They'll be the main sponsors for the radio station for a while.
That's big. Amazon Radio.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to get on there.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for inviting us to talk about this. And Jim, thanks for your time. I know it's tough to pull you away from all your busy life there. We really appreciate your time. And Eric, you too.
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. And Troy and David, as always, it's a pleasure. And
right
Thank
on,
you.
guys. We're going to call it an evening, and we'll get this video available as soon as David edits it.
Oh, okay, but I need to edit that part out, huh?
Yeah.
exactly. All right.
All right, guys, thanks. I'm going to shut this thing down.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jim.